What's up guys, today I have a Wi-Fi battle for you guys, and this is a UU match versus Cody, a good friend of mine, so be sure to check him out. But before we begin, show some support and hit that like button. If we can break the goal of 670 likes, I'm gonna upload next Wi-Fi battle as soon as I can. So question of the day for you guys is that, what is your favorite electric type Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section down below. So I'm using a Mega Ampharos team, and let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna lead off with my Flygon, as he's gonna predict that nicely and lead off with his Crobat. I cannot really do too much to him as I'm not carrying Stone Edge, so I'm gonna go for the U-turn to go into my Empoleon, as I can take a Brave Bird and I'm immune to poison type moves. But he decides to go for his own U-turn to get the momentum, and now he's gonna go into his Manectric. I do not want to take an electric type move from this thing, even though I'm specially defensive. So I'm gonna go into my Ampharos, as he's not gonna Mega Evolve, just so that he can preserve his Lightning Rod ability as regular Manectric, which will enable him to get a +1 special attack boost if he comes on an electric type move from my Mega Ampharos. So he's gonna Volt Switch out into Hippowdon. I cannot one-shot this thing even as a Mega Ampharos, so I'm gonna go into my Suicune, which is max HP, max defense, and basically I'm running a Crocoon set. For those of you who do not know, Crocoon is a set on Suicune where you run Scald, Calm Mind, Rest, and Sleep Talk, and it's a very dangerous set to face as Suicune is so bulky and eventually you're gonna run out of the moves because of the ability Pressure. So I'm gonna go for the Scald on this incoming Snorlax to get a burn. It's not like it matters, as he might have Rest and he will become healthy. So I'm gonna go for Calm Mind, as I want to get some damage on the Snorlax and weaken it, because Snorlax is a very specially defensive Pokemon, and I just want to weaken it up to the point where my Flygon or my Mega Ampharos can take it out. So he's gonna go for the Body Slam to get a paralysis on me, which is fine as I can go for the Rest to get rid of this paralysis. And now I'm gonna go for the +1 Scald to get some damage on him, as he's gonna phase me out with the Whirlwind, which tells me that he is a Rest Talk Snorlax. Even though he's not offensive Snorlax, I really cannot do anything to him with my Umbreon, so I'm gonna switch back into my Suicune, as he's gonna go for the Rest and then follow up with Sleep Talk. And luckily for me, he's gonna get the Whirlwind, which is gonna phase me out into my Flygon. Now this could not have been much more perfect, as I can scare him out with a very powerful physical move, as Snorlax does not have a very good defense. So I'm gonna go for the U-turn, as I knew he was gonna switch out, and this way I'm gonna get the momentum to go into my Ampharos, and finally I can Mega Evolve. It's quite obvious that I'm gonna go for the electric type move, and he might try to go into his Manectric to get the Lightning Rod boost. So he's gonna go for the U-turn, as I'm gonna predict his Manectric switch in and go for the Dragon Pulse, which is gonna one-shot this thing, and one big threat is down. The better play would have been to go into his Hippowdon, but oh well. So he's gonna bring his Azelf. The way he brought this thing in, I thought that he might carry Ice Beam, but it turns out that he is a physical Azelf, as he's gonna go for the U-turn, which is gonna do so much damage to my Umbreon. And now he's gonna go into his Crobat. I'm gonna go for Protect, just trying to see what he's gonna do, because I wanna make him think that I'm gonna stay in so that he can go for the Brave Bird. So this way he does not get the switch initiative when I switch out. But I'm gonna switch out into my Empoleon, as it is my safest play, and it turns out that he goes for the U-turn regardless, which is gonna give him the switch initiative, and now he can go into his Hippowdon to scare me out. But last time when we had this matchup, I switched into my Suicune, so this time I'm expecting him to go for his Stealth Rock, so I'm gonna stay in and go for my own Stealth Rocks, as he's gonna go for the Earthquake right away, and this is gonna do a lot of damage to my Empoleon. But I'm gonna save this thing for later and go into my Suicune, as it is my safest play. But he's gonna predict my switch and now go for the Stealth Rocks, so that was a good play on his part. And I know this Hippowdon is carrying Roar, even though he didn't reveal that. So I'm gonna go for the Scald instead of going for the Calm Mind, as he does go for the Roar to phase me out into my Nidoking. I know that I can take him out with the amount of HP he's at, and once his Hippowdon goes down, my Toy Scar Flygon can wreck his team. So knowing that he's gonna go into Snorlax to eat up this Earth Bar, and because of the fact that I'm not carrying Focus Blast on this Nidoking, I'm forced to switch out, as I cannot really do too much to him, and he might paralyze me with the body slam. So I'm gonna go into my Suicune as I just want to weaken this Snorlax, and I'm trying to set up some Calm Minds as he fails to go for the Whirlwind by going for the Sleep Talk. So he's gonna go for the Whirlwind and phase me out into my Umbreon, and I'm gonna try to Wish Pass into my Mega Ampharos as my Mega Ampharos is at half health. But he's gonna predict my wish and go for the Whirlwind, which is gonna phase me out into my Mega Ampharos. Now I do carry Focus Blast. I'm gonna go for it as I'm gonna connect and get a crit. Like, who hits the Focus Blast and gets the crit on the same time? It's really hard to do that. But the crit was really unfortunate for him, but there's nothing I can do. So he's gonna phase me out once again into my Flygon. I can kill him with an Earthquake, but I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw just in case if he wanted to go into his Crobat on my Earthquake. If I had gone for the Outrage, I would have been able to 2-hit KO this Hippowdon, but the reason why I didn't lock myself into Outrage was because I was expecting him to leave his Snorlax to die and then get a free switch into his Hippo. But now I'm gonna go into my Suicune, and I'm just trying to get Scald from the Sleep Talk so that I can burn or maybe damage this thing. But I'm gonna get the Calm Mind, which is really unfortunate for me. He's gonna go for the Roar and phase me out into my Umbreon. The reason why this battle is so long is just because my Suicune is not able to get Scald from the Sleep Talk, and this Hippo just constantly roars out my Pokemon. So he's gonna go for the Earthquake. I was thinking that maybe I can live that, but the sand is gonna take me out. So I'm gonna go back into my Suicune, trying to get the Scald from the Sleep Talk, and this time too I'm gonna get the rest from the Sleep Talk, which is really bad as he's able to roar me out into my Flygon. And this Hippo is really annoying. I have no choice but to go for the U-turn and go back into my Suicune as he's gonna go for his Stealth Rocks. I guess he has no attacks to hit my Flygon with. So yeah, and I've been counting my sleep turns on my Suicune, so this turn I should be getting up, and I finally will be able to hit him up with a Scald. But I guess he's counting my Suicune's sleep turns as well, so he's gonna switch out into Crobat as I'm gonna go for the Scald and get a burn, which is nice as this Crobat is now crippled and there's not much he can do to me. So he's gonna go for the U-turn and go into his Azelf as I'm gonna go for the Scald. And I was thinking that he might be a Choice Scarf Azelf because he was physical, and usually Choice Scarf Azelf carry Explosion. So Suicune is my win condition to take out his Hippowdon, so I'm gonna go into my Empoleon just as a dead fodder so that I can see what he's trying to do. But instead of going for the Explosion, he's gonna go for the Zen Headbutt, and now I can go into my Choice Scarf Flygon to revenge kill him, and if he switches out, I will be getting the switch initiative by going for the U-turn. So in comes his Hippowdon as I'm gonna go for the U-turn, and now I can go into my Suicune, which is awake, which means that I do not have to rely on Sleep Talk for getting the Scald, and I can finally go for Scald and get some damage on this Hippowdon because this Hippowdon is a problem to my team. So I'm gonna go for the Scald as he's gonna go for the Earthquake, which does no damage, and it looks like one more Scald will be able to take him out. He really does not have anything for my Suicune at this point, so he's gonna let his Hippowdon die as this means that once I get a free switch into my Choice Scarf Flygon, I will be able to clean up his team. So he's gonna go into Spyro, and next 15 turns, all I'm trying to do is get Scald by going for the Sleep Talk, but all I get is Calm Mind. So this was really annoying, and that's why I've sped up this part so that it does not become boring for you guys because this is a long battle. So finally at some point this Spyro is gonna go down to its own life of recall, and he's gonna go into his Azelf, which is one of his last Pokemon. He's gonna go for the Zen Headbutt, trying to get the flinch on the right moment, but no, he fails as I go for the Sleep Talk and get the Scald, which is gonna take out this Azelf. So all he has left is that burned Crobat and the Snorlax, which was at red health. So realizing that Juvia can take out his last two Pokemon, he's gonna forfeit, and I'm gonna win the match. If I didn't play correctly with my Suicune, I might have lost the game. So yeah, stay tuned for more Wi-Fi battles, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.